Good night. Sweet
What's
dreams.
going on?
Yeah, I tell you.
Tired from yesterday. It's just yesterday. We had a long day. And
Yeah,
it was full on.
Full day.
Yeah.
Boating, yeah, that's tired. It is tiring.
On the water and the
Yeah.
sun and the heat.
And the
yeah.
heat and the rowing.
It was-
And
it
I
was
got
also-
lost in sea.
I had to come and rescue you.
They were looking for me. They sent a rescue team.
The way the bay is shaped, you can't really see.
Yeah.
And the wind was just pushing.
Oh my God.
Like, so what did you say? It took me
It was
2
like 2
minutes
It took me 5 minutes to get there and 45 to come back.
halfway.
Man, rowing against the wind is no joke.
Seriously, it was just, I was just frustrated. I was not tired. Seriously, I was like,
You feeling good? You feeling good?
yeah, feeling good. But it was just like, oh my God. I'm like, I look at the houses and I'm like, this house is not moving. Like I'm still at the blue house.
Yeah.
Beautiful
but,
houses.
and after that, we got quiet and then we did it again.
Much better. in
That's
the
better. It was so
later
calm.
in the
Yeah.
evening, it was much chiller. The wind is a big factor.
And the boat was fantastic. We had so much fun.
Sunset.
Yeah,
the lake.
beautiful
and
sunset and
jumping
the
off the-
fireworks at the end.
Yeah, fireworks. Oh my gosh, the kids were having a fantastic time. Perfect weather. Our host is amazing.
Yeah, she's the best.
How about you, Daime? Big Daime week for you.
It was the hardest dimey work I have ever done.
We wake you up and we're done.
Take a little power
I'm
nap.
listening. I'm listening. The most powerful.
Yeah, well, the most difficult, and I think the most powerful. It was like, well, we
We're a little out of practice.
no, we
Adjust the sound.
we
so
calculated the
far.
sound with the mic down.
Oh, okay. So okay. good.
No, well, not that down. Maybe you're right.
My
It
bad.
was more
Now
like
I'm
that.
doing it. What?
Not bad. No, but she's like, no, put it down. You speak lower. Okay.
Okay.
No, but a bit out of practice, yeah. So as you guys know, it was we had a heat wave, right, from Monday to Tuesday.
Wait, Sunday was hot. Monday was hot. Tuesday was
Yesterday
hot.
was brutal. Yesterday was all right. Well, we were not in the city, so yesterday was hot.
It was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
37 degrees
Yeah.
inside,
Right. It feels like 45 kind of stuff. Yeah.
and the AC was on, and we had fans all over the room. But
You
we're
had a group of people.
we're 40 people
Oh, that's a lot.
singing
of-
and dancing
That's brutal, man.
for hours.
for 12
Oh gosh.
hours.
There's no
Non-stop.
breaks.
No, there was a 1 hour break. Sorry.
But
1 hour break.
still, 12 hours, 40 people.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Tiny little air conditioner working its heart out, trying to keep everyone.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I had like I couldn't see from the sweat in my eyes. Like, it was, and I kept telling myself, I'm like, Magda, you've been doing sauna and like thermal therapy for like
it's not
a year
the
and
same.
a
You
half.
stop and then
Tough
you
it
do.
up.
But when you do sauna, you get out, you do the cold plunge, and then you go back. You didn't have any cold
no, but
plunge.
they're like just the dripping sweat and dancing and the
That's
medicine as well with the heat was very nauseating. People were purging around, and you hear people gagging and throwing. It was.
Bro, and the heat.
It was, and everyone looked like a zombie. We started like everyone was like, "Yeah, it's the celebration of Saint John. We're gonna sing our hearts out and celebrate." 3 hours in, people were like zombies, drenched, just like pushing through. Yeah. Second serving, I'm like, oof. Everyone started purging. Even the people I was with and my friends were going down like one
you
by
brought
one.
your friends with you.
Well, my friends from my group of Santo Daime.
You're going a different time with your other nuns.
Because we're now, all the Santo Daime churches in Montreal gathered for this,
you
right?
get to meet some new Santo Daime people.
Yes,
That's nice.
that was very
New
nice.
Santo Daime zombies.
Yeah, everyone, oh God. But I mean, they plowed through and
Very cool.
yeah, it was, I called my work the taming of the fire because I did not purge. I barely rested. So I really toughed it out the whole 12 hours with like rocked by nausea, heat, exhaustion, almost passing out. Like sometimes I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pass out. I need like I'd eye the buckets because they replenish the buckets where you can throw up behind. So sometimes I'd be
You
like,
got the
and then I
smell
just,
going.
I'll just eye the bucket in case it comes up, you know.
She's gonna blow now.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes just seeing someone puke. Oh yeah.
Oh, or the smell in a
The
in a
smell. The
humid
Smell is what
room.
does it for me.
And you
I
can
don't
hear
like-
them
I
like
don't like-
really like
You know when sometimes
gagging. Yeah, it's because it's not like puking. It's not indigestion and you're
Yeah.
vomiting.
you know if,
You're like
I
retching.
Push it
don't
out.
like
Yeah.
when I watch like comedies and somebody starts like vomiting. They do that a lot in American comedy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Like they I don't like
I'm
it.
joking.
I don't get it.
It's
Who,
the
what?
lowest end comedy.
They,
Yeah,
they
like
do
puke
it
is a joke.
in a lot of comedies. Like yes,
Like really vomit? Like, I don't get it. Explain.
It's just
well,
like to be funny, like
be
to show an
funny
extreme
sometimes
situation.
they
how
show
grossed out someone
like
is.
when I was watching Silicon Valley. The guy was vomiting a lot. Like he has anxiety. The guy. The
Oh,
yeah,
you mean
the-
in like series and like shows, not a
Yes.
stand up.
No.
yeah,
Comedy,
like
like
sitcoms,
sitcoms
yeah, or
and comedy
films,
shows and stuff. I don't like it. I'm like, what is this? Like, why do they keep vomiting left and right and center? It's just grosses
it's
me out.
slapsticky humor. Yeah.
And it's mainly in American comedies. I've never seen that in
What
British
bodily
comedy.
functions have like a comedic kind of?
Yeah. They really like
but I'm with you. It's
farting
not.
and
It's rarely a laugh line for me.
I don't laugh at that. Anyway,
Well, yeah,
just wanted to share.
we're adults.
Talking.
What do you mean we're adults?
I mean, when you're an adult, I don't know, farting, puking is not like that funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not funny.
It's not
Oh, I thought
funny.
you said we're adults. like, we
Burping and stuff,
Yeah,
right?
it's just silly. It's very stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom used to call it toilet humor.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of trouble for toilet humor. And as adults now, I think we still kind of, it makes us laugh because it was such a forbidden thing. Like, is that forbidden fruit? Those fart jokes. Yeah. Anyway, so it was
Yeah.
2 days?
No,
just
12
one day and
hours,
then
one
sleep
night, and
that
then we
night.
finished at 6 a.m. And then everyone gathers around food. So
6 a.m.
till
You
8 a.m. I
went-
was there. I passed out on the front porch and like, on the couch. I was like, and then we left at 8 a.m. I was home by 10 a.m.
So you were alone. You didn't go alone.
You
Who-
pretty
who
much
went with
straight
you?
through.
My friend, just a
Ah,
friend
okay.
from Santo Daime.
Drove you
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
And then you just sleep all day? When
Well,
you
no,
get
then
home?
Kyle was home. Rahid just came back from Japan. So I stayed with him during the day, but we were both jet lagged. I'm as jet lagged as
Sure,
you.
you guys are kind of similar schedules now. Nice.
Yeah. But it was very, very, it was powerful, honestly, to push through. It was like, okay, yeah, at this point of existence, it's about managing the body. And it was just really, my work was about that because it was 12 hours of telling my body, it's okay. We're not going to pass out. We're not going to purge. We're going to stay and do what we're supposed to do, you know? And it was kind of that practice, and rolling through that, because at some points the nausea would come up and I was sure that I'm not going to make it. I'm going to have to go and puke now, you know? But it didn't happen. But that was 12 hours of managing that, you know, and playing and dancing at the same time, you know, anyway, it was difficult, but I think I'm still in integration, and it was very like transmuting. I feel like just that, again, the mescaline trip too was the same thing. It was that separation from like that mind over body. Like, I'm not the body. The body is my vessel to have this existence, and we need the body now to come up to the consciousness, to the level of how far we can go in consciousness. Our organic vessel is not there yet, you know. That's
We're kind of limited.
We're still
Yeah.
lacking.
Yeah.
It's not
and we still kind of like live in the body, so we still come slip into like where whatever the body's going on to, even though it's responding in a primitive way to our environment because it's built in a very intelligent manner, and we still have like a primitive brain that our senses respond to our environment, like the data that's absorbed from the environment. But I think we got to an evolutionary point now where we can evolve the body to not answer anymore, and like we can dictate how the body can function consciously.
Right. I mean, there's already that, right? Where our body is a representation of our consciousness, right? Like how we view the world is reflected in. I mean, they're all connected, right? It's not like so there is that connection already, but for sure, I feel like we're bumping into the limits of what our current set of DNA was meant to do in this realm or whatever. Like whatever these new strands of DNA that apparently are set to be unlocked.
Yeah, to be activated.
I feel like we're knocking on that door now. We're like, all right, we're ready.
Exactly. That's exactly how I felt, and I felt like, our epigenetics, like everything that was in our DNA, everything that biologically we think is how the body function, it's actually all the trauma and the cyclical karma that we've carried from like generation and generations and generations, and then we got a vessel that function that way, but I feel like now the genetics of the new human that's going to be on new earth is like coming online.
Well, we were telepathically communicating yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Doesn't even need a microphone.
She telepathically communicates on the podcast.
Telepathic podcast today.
Oh my God, no. Bro.
What is? Sorry, I missed that.
It was crazy.
I just wanted to clarify.
I don't even need a body anymore. You keep your bodies.
Who needs a body?
Who needs a body?
Time to spark that.
Yeah, it was really funny. We had a little moment where I was sitting on the boat, and I was like, "Oh, it would be nice to have a pillow." And then Jenny came and she handed me a pillow.
Yeah.
And the second one was, what did you do? You did something.
We had reached a quiet point of the night, but the playlist was still kind of a high
and I said,
energy.
And I was gonna tell Jenny, can you put 2 lanes? And she just started putting 2 lanes.
I was already in the process of putting 2 lanes on the
lanes.
speaker.
Yeah, it's just a funny little anecdote.
Yeah, we're
We're
definitely
just- that's
building that
it.
connection.
Yeah.
Do we have an ashtray?
Who needs an ashtray?
My son was telling me how in Japan everyone smokes. Like it's a real he was very surprised about how much
Cigarettes? Yeah.
But they all gather
Yeah.
in a specific place, like a smoking area on this.
Wow, we are not. We need.
Hello,
It's
everyone.
been a few weeks. It's been a few weeks.
Really
Okay.
out of it, yeah.
Just in case it didn't catch it. So my son went to Japan. Everyone smokes on the streets in Japan, but in a designated area. And they have these, and we checked it on the site, like these boxes that kind of heat up your cigarette. So because they're not allowed to, they don't ash on the street. They don't you don't find any cigarette butts on the street.
I cannot wait to get to Japan.
Yeah.
Oh man, sounds
But
amazing.
he was very impressed at first, but then he's like, man, there's a lot of like darkness in the culture
OCD.
too.
Yeah, of course.
There's a lot.
Yes.
What did he see? I'm so curious.
Well, he said it's very different during the day than it is at night. At night, everyone's drunk. People are passed out on the street. The cops have to pick up people from the street because they drink themselves.
It's such a hard life they have because they have to work really hard. Even the children, they have like the discipline and all this. So when they go loose, it's loose.
they really let themselves go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's something in the culture, like when you go out after work with your coworkers, if your boss comes with you and he offers you drinks, or if he tells you like you have to drink, you can't say no. You can't refuse.
It's like the respect and all. They have a lot of.
So the merging of that part of the culture with some strong alcohol. And the expense of living in modern Tokyo or wherever, whatever these expensive cities they're living in, right?
Well, Kyle said they didn't find it. They didn't find Japan too expensive in terms of like everyday spending, like food and going around the metro and all that.
But maybe housing.
Even their Airbnbs weren't that expensive. So and then he went around. He went to Kyoto. He went to Osaka and Okinawa, and he seemed to think that. He was surprised that there's a reputation of Japan is that it's an expensive country.
Okay, well,
it's an expensive destination, and he didn't feel so.
Things must be really expensive in Canada.
Yeah, I think things are expensive here now. They were like, oh, Japan's not that bad.
Did he see similar patterns of the drinking and that nightlife aspect in all the cities he was in? It was a pretty universal.
I think he mentioned it more in Tokyo, but. Yeah, I didn't ask. Kyoto was charming to him. It's the older city from the Edo era. And then Osaka is like a smaller Tokyo, and Okinawa is the island that's at the south of Japan that has the American bases. So it's like half Americans, half Japanese in Okinawa.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Is there still a base there?
Yeah. Yeah.
That must have been where my dad was for a while. I should know this, but I don't.
Probably. Yeah. Because this is where the American base in Japan
Naval,
is.
yeah.
So, yeah. Why was I mentioning that? Yeah, also he was telling me all his Japan
the
stories.
Shadow side of that clean streets.
Yeah, the shadow side. And in Japan, there's a big decline in birth rate right now. So they're dying at a much higher rate than they're being born.
Right, a highly aged population on average.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Like, how do you care? It's hard enough to care for old people when you have a few kids, but if you haven't had kids or just one child, that's a lot of pressure to put on someone to care for elderly parents.
They don't have a lot of kids. They're not big families, the Japanese. And they
You know what?
no, but I pass it to her. She passes it to you. You pass it to me. That's how it's going.
You don't want a double hit in the middle?
No. We have
can
another
handle
one.
it. You can handle it.
Yeah, I can handle it.
Yeah, she's.
Definitely. Yeah, so interesting. Japan seems very, very, very interesting. They're very, as well, they're not physical people. So, but I had seen a documentary about that. So there's some people that get hired just to give hugs and hold someone at night, like.
Oh yeah. They hire people to be like to hug you.
Yeah,
or
just
be
to touch you because physical touch is not
hire
part
families.
of their culture.
I saw that you can hire a family.
Oh,
Like I saw that on a documentary. You can hire like two parents and a sibling, and they spend the day with you or a week for a week, and they act like they're your parents.
There's some kind of lack.
AI is gonna fill some holes, I imagine.
Probably. Yeah. No, he loved it. He loved it. He loves it. Japan. We should go to Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, it's high on my list. Yeah.
It's always been like a destination that attracted me.
Very much so. It's pretty as far as like on planet Earth, like it's pretty foreign. It's very Eastern compared to our like it is a very exotic. As much as there's some similarities, there's a lot like what you've been talking about. Like,
you feel like you're in a different planet. I had that feeling when I was in China. When I was in China, I was like, wow, I really feel like it's a planet by itself because we are Western centric. Even like Moroccans, we're still Western centric.
Yeah.
We're not,
Right, we're speaking English, French.
or we're exposed to either the French culture or the American cultures, the movies, the
Yeah.
the
We don't have the influence from the
from
East.
the East.
Yeah.
So when you go to the East, you just realize
It's like
how
another-
foreign it is to you.
You can't understand.
Yeah.
You can't even read the letters,
And
let
it's
alone
such a
what the word
closed,
means.
especially China was such a closed society. We didn't know anything like how they. We just what the media wanted to portray, but it looks like it's so different. from
It's
what-
so different. One of the things that was very striking to me, and how different, like, wow, I'm in a different planet. It's even body language. Like, okay, I don't speak the language, and they don't speak English. But even the body language, like, is very different. Like, yes and no are not like what, like I say, yeah, no, like it's not necessarily that, depending on the area.
Did we do it right?
Yeah, you got it. The thank yous are not the same, or like, it's just, it's something else to like completely not be able to communicate with someone, even with body language, even with gestures, even like, and it's such like a wow. Yeah. So it's a.
So what's it going to be like when we actually meet non-Earth intelligent life? If
well,
meeting
telepathy.
people, yes,
I'm
that will go
already
a long
there,
way.
so I'm just like.
But that idea of that foreignness, like you can go to China and feel like you're not on Earth
Yeah.
because it feels so
Yeah.
different for you. Like, what's it gonna feel like when we're standing? Like, I don't know. It's just like as much as like I know this to be true, it still seems just wild to me. This idea of like there's planets out there and there's other life forms and they know all about us. Like we don't know anything about them, but they know a lot about us apparently.
Yeah.
Like it's just I even watch Star Trek. Like I have like it's I mean Hollywood has done a great job of providing some great examples of what that could look like. And I'm still just like there's still like a weird disconnect there.
Yeah. That's normal. I mean, yes, exactly. Like you said, we still feel foreign human towards human. We
Yeah.
can have these kind of like
like
unfelt familiarity with each
Yeah.
other. So imagine bringing someone a whole different species.
Different star system.
Yeah. It is kind of hard to grasp. Definitely. Definitely. But it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I think we're entering a very fun era.
Oh, you know how like we that the balance of balancing feminine and masculine. Apparently, some of these big like gurus who came from India or from the parts of like Buddhism and stuff, and then were called to go work in the West. I remember one of them telling a story or was written about it, but there was like it was a specific call that there was this balance of the values that the East brings needs to be balanced with the values of the West brings. Like there's some value to like it's like you're saying like Japan has this beautiful clean streets and stuff, but there's a shadow side to it. There's those wild west of the Western Hemisphere, very different than what I mean. I haven't spent a lot of time there. I've been in India for few days, so I don't claim to know really anything about these cultures, but there's enough of a difference that like in the early 1900s or whatever, or maybe even later, like this idea like yes, even in the human experience we have this yin yang, feminine masculine, like that culminating of. So what if there's two? Like if you just be binary, on, off, 0, 1, black, white, like when we ascend to higher levels of consciousness and are meeting now our cousins from other planets, are there whole other aspects and dimensions of this? Like are we just working in the very
Well, no, that's what I think here. I think the idea that everything is reflective, right? Like we live in a holographic universe, so every concept is kind of reflected. So if you have like the two energies are reflecting of duality that we experience as humans. So the feminine, the masculine is the yin, the yang, but at the
there's
end
always two.
there's always two. It's always that's why we call it a dualistic world, because there's
Right, because then the two become one.
yes,
Right.
like
But what if in other more like complex consciousnesses,
understand
whereas
what you
like
mean.
4
Well, yeah,
levels-
They
because
don't
now
live
we're
on the same
entering-
level. Like
Well,
us
that's it.
is maybe we're not evolved enough to
Exactly. We're
achieve
still
that
in
level. Yeah,
duality.
yes,
And
yes.
now we're going into multi-dimensionality where you have
so rather than the off or on
Yes.
versus there's gonna be shades
have
of
now
or
multiple.
I mean our brains can't even comprehend
Yeah.
it. We're so linear in that.
yes.
Interesting. Yeah, whenever I think about duality, it's usually just like this idea of our separation from source. But
Well, which is the 3D.
now we're cooking.
It's like she panicked. Look at that. I forgot the microphone. They're gonna beat me.
No, I want to
Punished.
She's got a thought. So we gotta get
But the separation, the idea of separation is the human game we were playing like in 3D, you know? And that's dualistic.
It's illusion of separation.
Well,
yes.
the illusion of separation is going deep into duality. You're separate, you know?
There's two.
Yeah.
There's me and not me.
Me and not me, and me and the outside, you know?
That duality.
That's duality, and then it's reflective in all of the game. Everything is polarities. Everything has two.
Right. And I think
Two
we're getting
sides.
to the point where we're close to having won that game, balancing those polarities, pulling the divine feminine with the divine masculine, and really like that's what awakening is, right? So it's just like, all right, so once we've done that level, we're just like, all right, we get the new game delivered to us, and like, what can you imagine what that's even going to look like? Like the fun. I don't know. I think it's
Yes.
Can't even imagine
I don't
what
think
a multidimensional
Exactly,
is. Like,
exactly.
because
we're not yet.
yes.
I mean, we
Like
can
the-
feel it. We can start getting like frisky
Well,
about
that's
it.
what psychedelics help a lot.
Yes. Exact.
Yeah, that's a way of just like kind of dipping some toes into that understanding. Because
Yes.
outside of psychedelics, like I don't think I had any way of even.
Channeling
Yeah.
before, well, I mean, I cannot say that because even channeling for me was after a lot of psychedelic work. Although it was years after, and I hadn't touched psychedelics for years before I got into channeling.
When did you get into? Remind me. You've probably told me, but was it
Well,
after Ella's birth?
Yes,
Okay.
Ella's birth. So 11 years ago when I got really into channeling. Well,
Okay.
no. I had been listening to Esther Hicks since Kael's birth, actually. So 2005.
20 years.
20 years. 20 years of listening. But I got it. Esther Hicks is not into like, it's a stream of consciousness. It's not like galactic beings and.
Could we back up real quick? I mean, I don't want to take away from your point, but I have
Yeah, go for it.
because I feel what was your your adoption process of channeling? Like, you'd been taking psychedelics yet? I'm just trying to, because it's such a weird thing. Like, for me, sitting here, my version of myself not that long ago would have been like, these women are crazy. This doesn't make any sense. I'm turning
I'm
this
still
off.
thinking
Yes.
a little bit.
Yes. So I think
No,
it might
because
be
channeling for me doesn't make any sense. Like it's not something that I like. When I hear them, it's like it's not. I can't comprehend it. Like it's not. When you say okay, explain, and then I'll just have maybe some questions.
what do you want me to explain?
She'll just judge
I'll
quietly.
judge.
Yes.
No, I'm not
Telepathically.
judging.
Go for
Seriously,
it.
like sometimes I'm like, okay, these channelers, like they think they talk to aliens. That's the channeling.
But you've
I know, but
had
like
your own message.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, but you've channeled in a way.
That's channeling.
yeah, that's how I think of it.
Message, didn't you? Like
yeah,
that came
yeah,
from
yeah.
somewhere out that you perceived outside of yourself.
Okay, well, I haven't talked to them in a while, so I need
Channel's a little fuzzy.
my radio is not.
That's exactly it. You dialed into a certain frequency that you can hear, translate it, into a thought process.
Yeah.
That frequency, which is a communication. So some people who are attuned and have this capacity, even mostly without psychedelics,
Yeah,
without
they
any,
just
it's
yeah.
without a substance. It's like psychics and
But sometimes
mediums.
they start like talking in tongues. So that's like why? Why do they do that?
It depends. It depends what they're connecting to, and everyone has their own field to have to go through, and they have their own filters, you know. So, as a listener, I think what channeling gave me the most actually is the gift of discernment. Because the more you listen and the more you start feeling into the different energies of the different channelers and
So
whatever.
you
What
would,
resonates
you know who
with
to
you.
trust, because some people maybe they just use it for like cuckoo things. Like they're not even. They just like.
It could be a
the-
complete projection
like,
of your
fraud.
of someone's
They're frauds,
psyche.
right?
They could
Right?
be a fraud. You know, you would feel it.
entities,
Though.
entities, you're tapped into an entity that's more malevolent rather than benevolent.
Mm.
The other factor too is it is a co-creation. It's not just you're not just like an oracle where you close your eyes and the words are coming out. Like they're using your skill set. So your mother tongue, your vocabulary. Generally, sometimes channelers will say that a word came through they didn't understand, and so they had to look it up themselves. But mostly, it's they are working with the intellect / body of the person they're channeling through. So this is how our body is this software or this
Interface.
firmware that works between. We are like this idea that we're receivers that our body. Yeah. So like an antenna almost our bodies. But so the other thing too is that the channel, the human person who is having this. So it's their intellect, but also their own personalities. So sometimes you can have channelers who it's running, like you said, running through their filters, and if they themselves maybe aren't very healed, they could be. They're not.
Absolutely.
These aren't the most like grounded people in the world, obviously by definition, and so. Sometimes the message is filtered through their own understanding of the world, and that can get a little. So the discernment is in one is what is the message coming through, and is it being? Do I trust that the person who it's coming through? And that's been a big part of discernment for me.
Yeah, and then you learn how it resonates in your energy. You know, if sometimes the information, even if it's from a channeler that I enjoy, that I in general resonate with, sometimes some of the information
Doesn't sit.
doesn't sit, and that's fine. It doesn't invalidate the channels. You know,
The other ones that did sit, the ones that did resonate.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that a lot. Like this message isn't for everyone. If something if you're hearing something that feels right to you, take it. If it doesn't feel right to you, don't pick it up. Like it's not for you, or there's a lot of that type of we're not telling you what to do. You still have to do the work. You still have to be, like you said, discerning.
exactly, and it's teaching you as well what resonates. Like for me, it taught me like what information resonates in me deeply, and how much in the vast amount of information that you receive from channeling, a lot doesn't. You know what I mean? So, but
But when did that start? When did you first, like you said, Esther Hicks?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have any doubts, or like was there ever a time in your life where you're like, this is bullshit?
no.
Or you?
I
Okay.
didn't. I had not listened to channeling before Esther Hicks, so she was the first one. But I had read Conversations with God from Neil Donald
Right.
Walsh, and he talks about, but it was written, so it's a written book, you know, about his story. It's a different relationship when you read a book. I don't know. And he was talking about how he went from broken marriage to being broke to not having, and he was like a very successful husband, father, provider, and then mentally something wasn't going well. I don't remember the details of his story, but he was explaining how he sat down one day and he started writing, like out of desperation, like what am I gonna do with my life, blah 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 blah, like journaling.
Putting it on paper.
Yeah, just kind of journaling, and then it started like he started writing and writing and writing, and then it was like a conversation. It's like, well, am I having a conversation? You know, because he felt like he was having a conversation and then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna write it down, you know. So it's like, well, who am I having a conversation with? And you know, through his filter, he was a Christian man. It was God, the concept of God, you know. So, conversations with God had I kind of understood that process of like that dialogue that you have with something that's outside of your like mind chatter. I think I always
it really
had that.
feels like it's coming from outside.
it's
It's
not
not like
It's
this
not
I-
your mind chatter.
It's not like, oh, that thing I just came
it's
up
not your
with.
thoughts, you know, that are like, it's something, I don't know, and
Something
it
else.
comes from a different,
don't
it's hard
have
to
words,
explain.
you know?
Yeah, it's really hard to explain. So when I listened to Esther Hicks, and Esther Hicks is very smooth in her channeling, it really like instantly resonated. I did not, it was like I was hooked. It was like instant. It was like,
It's interesting you mentioned Esther Hicks because, and maybe this is the reason why I'm asking for details, one of my YouTube algorithm, and I think I've talked about her before, is this woman who she identifies as Christian now, but she at one point was more into like the New Age stuff or the New Thought stuff, like Unity Church. So but she rejects that all now, and she's now identified as a more traditional Christian,
right.
And she has a channel kind of dedicated to like debunking all these ideas about all this ancient
New
texts
Age.
and stuff. Yeah. And more recently, there was a video where she actually went to a recent Esther Hicks, and she had some thoughts and some criticisms, and so she does a whole video talking about her experience, and I found it very interesting. And she did bring a couple good points that I think. One, like to this idea of like, there's two questions. Is like, is this all bullshit? And a part of her is open to the idea, like, no, God has different ways of getting messages through. This could be a totally valid way. So she was open to it being possible. But then what was the second question? Oh, or is Esther Hicks a con? Is this like a con? And she's also open to that, both being true.
Right.
And it was interesting because the Esther Hicks that I'm most familiar with, I think, are older videos. And apparently, I'm just going to trust that this woman's being honest about her experience.
Sure.
That according to her, Esther was very rude. She was kind of surprised at how not nice she generally came off to these people who paid a lot of money to be there. And like being in the hot seat and she just like wasn't letting people talk. She was just kind of rushing through her answer,
but that's not Esther,
right? But this is where I think that idea of it is being a co-creation. I think Esther has been doing this for 40 years.
Yeah,
I think she's heard everything. I think a lot of the stuff has been a bit like, I can imagine me doing live events. If I had to answer the same questions over and over and over again, I'd probably become pretty bitchy about it. You know what I mean?
But I think we have to then get a premise about her understanding of channeling and her understanding of the evolution of, okay, well, when you listen to Esther Hicks first, the tapes at the beginning, even in her channeling, from the beginning, now I don't know if it's 40 years, but it's
been a long time.
It's a couple of decades for sure, more than a couple of decades. So yeah, she's heading there. It has evolved, and I've watched the more recent channeling. Yeah. It's like zero bullshit. Like if you wanna play victim or argue your case, she's like, no.
But that doesn't fly
She
anymore.
doesn't indulge this
No,
type of behavior.
She's like, no.
That doesn't fly anymore.
We've done this for
So maybe that's
now.
why people think
we're
not
on a
nice,
different level
because they want somebody to cuddle them or something.
Or they want them to be polite, or like compassionate.
She doesn't
about
waste her time with
It's not
this
about
stuff.
that.
Yeah.
It's about her channeling. And if we're going with now if you're asking if she's, let's say it's Esther, because For me, it's
What do you mean, let's say she's Esther?
well because
Maybe
the
you should explain
is
who
like
Esther Hicks is.
Esther Hicks is the channeler,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Esther's her name.
Her name, but she channels a stream of consciousness
Yeah.
that
His name is
an
Abraham.
energy that it's not a gender, it's a stream of consciousness, so it's not an incarnated being that she channels. She channels a
tapped
stream
into
like
the-
a stream of consciousness, so just like a collection of intelligence that I guess her field has access to.
Yeah.
But everything in human has to be like identified. They give him a name or no, because let's say Bashar, who's also an amazing channeler, channels a specific being and from a specific civilization.
No,
That's
Bashar is the name of that being.
Bashar is the name of the being. Yes, which is channeled by Daryl Anka.
Right. So sometimes there'll be two names. There'll be Esther.
Well, the
and then
channeler and the being or the
channelee.
shrine or yeah. Or what they're connecting to. They give it a name.
Or sometimes
you know?
they like Daniel Scranton through the message they'll tell you who is speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, none of that has ever mattered, and I
It
find it
shouldn't.
even a little cringe.
Like
I would-
now, I don't really care. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
it's just
give a
like
shit who's
the
coming
message
through.
resonates or not. I don't care that it's from this.
Who
Yeah,
said
and
it,
I
or the
feel
name
like-
of the who said it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is from the Pleiadians versus this is from Cryon versus this is from Esther. Like, it's just like I don't.
I don't know. Me
yeah.
neither. I mean, I don't
It's
care.
almost-
It doesn't matter.
I'd be way
It's
more likely to share them with people if they didn't have that. If it was just like this is an interesting
just
thing
the
to
message
think about.
itself,
Yeah, rather than
you know.
we're
Yeah, but
coming
I
to you
mean-
today from things
They got these messages channeled by
raw.
channeling.
I mean, they're gorgeous. Yeah, I love this stuff. Like I'm very grateful for it.
yeah, like raw,
But-
like come on. But that's the thing, and it's about energy. At the end, you understand what resonates, what doesn't. For me, if it wasn't about absolute like sovereignty of the human, I don't listen.
But this is okay. I love.
And that's
this.
why, like, for
Perfect.
me, that
Because when I was hearing on this review of the Esther Hicks conference, I was hearing these people talking, and they seem to be lacking a lot of autonomy. Like, I feel like if you're still paying $1,500 to go to a conference to get messages, like it's like I don't know. It
it's not
seems
$1,500.
well, whatever. They're not cheap.
No, I've been to one of Esther. I've seen Esther
Recently?
live. No, not recently. 11
Yeah.
years
Yeah.
ago, before I gave birth to Ella. So, I gave birth. I was at an Abraham Hicks live. That had been listening to her for 11 years before that, and it was the first time I see her live. And I listened to Abraham live, and then I gave birth to Ella a week later. And I felt that presence with me, you know, and I gave birth like emergency cesarean. And I felt like I was in communication with Abraham at that point during my
still-
birth.
Okay.
Because it was kind of like a very out of body experience. But it was like $250 the ticket
Oh, okay.
11 years ago. So maybe now it's more expensive. I don't think it's 1,000.
I don't know.
Anyways,
it might be a couple.
whatever.
days or
But yeah, but I've heard Esther or Abraham Hicks, whatever, tell people like, don't you feel silly? You have to pay to hear me say the same thing all the time, which is like, you are creators, you are the
Yes.
gods on earth.
Yeah, like what
Like,
more
what-
do I
what-
need to
like,
tell you?
how many
ways-
different ways can I deliver
Yeah.
this message?
She just keeps repeating the
She-
same
and she
idea.
says, she's like, it's you guys. You keep coming and paying. Like,
Well,
it's
maybe because
you know.
okay.
No, but
So
it's
I'm guessing there is a certain frustration. I know for me, I'd be very frustrated with having to say the thing.
but at the same time, it's her livelihood, and she's doing
Well,
a
that's-
lot of money.
Well, this is where I'm thinking this
Yeah.
woman might be onto something because she's
But
like,
why?
is it
Why
real?
can't she do a lot of money with it?
Well, she can. If people are still willing to pay her money, go.
I mean, she's
Yes,
changed
queen.
a lot
Oh,
of lives.
absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
like,
But
so.
If it's not bringing her joy, and
No, but it is. I think Esther is a very happy person.
But if being on stage is very frustrating and you're just like having to
I
like
don't
bite
think it's
the heads
Esther.
off.
I
of-
think it's Abraham's
Oh,
humor. They have
Abraham.
very dry.
Ah.
Her channeling has very dry, cutthroat humor. Abraham's tone is like no bullshit. Like, we love you, but like, what the fuck don't you understand, humans?
do you think
know?
it's always
like,
been that way?
Yes, I've listened for like 20 years.
Oh,
I don't
maybe
think
I
I'm-
only listen to the more friendly
Oh,
ones.
no,
'cause
no.
I
I've
only hear
listened
clips.
to thousands of hours.
And that's been consistent.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
That's the tone. I mean, that's not Esther. Esther's a very shy person. She's the only channelers in the New Age community find an interview of Esther. Find her on a podcast.
She doesn't. Oh, she just does a live event.
She does her thing. Her husband built the business as a businessman. Very openly, like, this is our business, this is our livelihood, we're gonna go around, like, very old school American businessman, you know.
And they
like,
changed a lot of lives. Like, people,
of course, they were
Esther
the
Hicks
first
is, like,
ones.
some of the, like, people when they first begin this path, Esther Hicks is one of the first you're gonna.
She's the one that coined the vibration, the law of attraction, the vortex, like all these things. It's all the lingo of Abraham.
Wow.
Yeah, and when Jerry passed, she just plowed through. She just continued what they built, and they built an empire. Like, and she very openly, like, there's no shame, you know, in what they built. They built it honestly. They traveled the world. They did conferences.
Right.
They talked, and people came, people paid, and yeah, I think they're the pioneer of channelers. Like, Esther.
So I've never heard of her. And
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
like,
I know. Sorry, we're boring you.
Today I feel like I could have stayed at home.
Sorry, sweetie.
No, it's fine. I needed this. I
still
needed
kinda
a
right.
bedtime story. What about Esther? What is the message?
The message
What's her
is
message that she
that
keeps repeating to everybody?
Your thoughts and your belief create your reality. It's the law of attraction. What you put out there, you get back. You know? So,
Makes sense.
you know,
It
they
always
teach
leads
about.
back to that. No matter like what the first question is, like I'm feeling this, whatever. Like inevitably, it's like, do you feel prosperous? Like obviously something's blocking that. Like figure out where that's coming from. Like that's.
Yeah, but you know, it's interesting because with Abraham, it's never been about like shadow. Like, do you look at your things, whatever. It's been it's very like it's physics. They really focus on the mechanism of the law of attraction in the sense of like a thought. You have a thought gets activated. If you hold that thought 17 seconds, then it attracts another thought that's the same vibration. And then many of these thoughts, if repeated, create a belief. And the belief creates
Pattern.
a vibration that is reflected in your reality. And that's who we are. But we are creators of our reality by the vibrations of our thoughts and beliefs.
Yeah, more so than ever, man, because it really feels like we touched on this last time, but the big sort is happening when like this like finding similarly vibrational activities, content, friends. Like our last podcast was about a month ago, and I remember I was talking about how I realized I need to spend more time with my family. And boom, like the last 3.5 weeks have been intensely family focused.
Yeah.
It's just so like, okay. And I see the stories my family's talking, like they're finding that they're shifting and who they're spending time with and who they're not. Like people, like choices are being made. It's the big sort is upon us. It's very clear to me.
Yeah. Interesting times to be alive, for sure. But I'm sure every time I say that, Ollie tells me, well, I'm sure like in all turns of history, like people felt like, wow, interesting times to be alive. And sure enough, yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's valid.
Well, I mean, sometimes there
But
were
have we
periods
ever
that did
been
change
this conscious
so
of it?
fast.
No, I
Right.
don't think so. And we've
Yeah.
never been this conscious, this
Right.
aware,
Yeah.
this awake, this connected. Like
Yeah,
we are
disconnected.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've never been disconnected as humans. sounds weird to say disconnect. Like
This,
not
like,
disconnected.
That connected.
That
Oh.
connected. Yeah, that makes more sense.
But it could be we could never been this connected or this disconnected. Some people are
that's what I
extremely
thought.
very
disconnected.
disconnected to their own bodies. That
Yeah.
even more.
No,
like,
but
yeah.
I don't. No, that's what I mean. I
Yeah,
mean
yeah.
that,
That
connected.
connected. We're,
We're very
very
connected,
much
yes.
connected more than before.
Yeah. So channeling. Yeah, not all of it is valid for sure. Like anything else, some of it is bullshit. Some people saw that it could be a lucrative thing.
Yeah,
Some
they
people
use
think
it,
they
yeah.
believe they're really connecting to something, that's beneficial. But it's
back
not. I
home,
mean, there's everything.
we have channelers as well. But when I was young, I was looking at them. I was like, I don't know, this is cuckoo crazy people. Just talk in tongues, and they believe that they're possessed by some entity that speaks through them. So you have like a woman who speaks tongue with the voice of a man, and
See, that's different than channeling, because channeling
what
is
it
more
is.
just like it. They're tapping into something. I don't think any one of the channelers that I'm familiar with has ever claimed that they're possessed by. It's like they put themselves in meditative state and they tap into something, but they can wake up and come out of it at any time. There's not a there's a level of control for them. It's their own free will that when they choose to connect.
But some people get possessed. I don't know, man. Yeah, for sure. Once you open your biofield to like another the astral field.
maybe I was, because my mom told me not to to bathe naked in front of the people. We talked about it last time. So maybe
Keep your
some of them possessed me now.
That's how it sounded.
Bro, this guy who was like a psychiatrist in a maximum security prison, and he talked about how some of the schizophrenic, I think there's demon possession, we just have different names for it. He would talk about, like, I don't if it was schizophrenia or whatever, but like some of these inmates, entities would speak through them. Like he would start asking questions. Like one of them was like talking out loud, like don't listen to him, he's trying to take me away from you or whatever. Like, and then so he started like asking questions. I don't remember, like it was like I saw clips of these guys interviewing this guy, and I was just like, this is fascinating. I kind of want to know more, but this conversation, so maybe we don't call it demon possession anymore. It's just a certain amount of like, I mean, they talk about like entities residing in your oral space, and I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if we started understanding personality disorders better. Like, like a certain part of narcissism is your energetic field is being occupied by, like, especially when the idea of closing yourself off from feelings, or like it's like if there's a part of your body that you closed off from blood circulation, it would die off, it would close off. So energetically, if you're closing parts of yourself off, other things could come and occupy that space. They could be like they come and live in that empty room. And so it wouldn't surprise me if these entity clearings, that there may be something to it. I think this idea, like, you can just like do an energy healing and they'd be released. I think at some point you have to do your own shadow work to help release them. Some people offer these services like sound clearing, where we'll clear entities. There might be something to that, but I think if you don't make that space available for you and make yourself whole, those entities can immediately return back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. But because there has to be like this understanding of entity, because an entity is not like a being, like especially when we talk about like negative entities that are in your field, like you say, like narcissism. It's like these blockages in your biofield, in your auric field. They're not like beings. It's just like a cluster of negativity.
Right.
Yeah, a cluster of negative energy becomes an entity, like an
Becomes its
archetype
negative
of
pattern.
of patterns. Yeah, exactly. Like just a file like in your OS that just has like bad behaviors. Blah, blah, blah. That's what
You've programmed it by repeating certain
But
patterns or behaviors.
Or
You're
thoughts,
just reinforce it, and it only gets bigger.
Absolutely, but I mean, it's not like, I feel like sometimes when I hear like, and we talk about like negative entities, or people think like it's
Demons or something.
and
jinn
what
and
demons
whatever.
and jinns,
Yeah.
whatever, and all
Yeah.
these are just that. It's just those really toxic clusters, and sometimes they can be passed on from like generations,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so it's really like festering, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's like, and depending on the vessel of the person, some people are very sensitive, you know, like the channelers, the psychics, the mediums. Their fields pick up a lot of information even outside of the observational 3D matrix, you know. So they get overwhelmed if they have a lot of blockages they're carrying so it, depending, and jinns and all that, they only get in their culture, so it's a contextual cultural expression of that, you know. That's why it becomes like these tongues, and then there's all this culture around that. In Christianity, it was like the demons coming out and the priests coming, and exorcism, and then in our modern age, it's personality disorders, mental
Yeah, that's
health.
our name for it. Yeah.
Yeah, because we moved away from religion, so
Right.
they try to make sense of it somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, but we have to do the work at the end. Yeah. But everyone has to do their own work, their own shadow, and go to the shadows and make the choice to be the light.
Through patterns, through behaviors. Like it's like that thing
Exactly.
earlier where you're talking about like if you hold it for a
Replace.
certain amount of time,
Yeah.
and then that attracts more. Like if it can be done, like that's what's I think so beautiful
We
about
just
this
replace
age.
a behavior by another one,
Mhm.
and then you start repeating it, and it takes the place of the old
Right, we're
behavior. That's
healable.
it, right?
We can heal ourselves.
Of
It's
course, I'm
amazing.
100% sure you can do
But I
that.
still hear people sometimes talk like, "Oh, well, you can't
What's
change."
done is done.
Yeah,
No, it's very defeatist. I don't.
Yeah.
It was like you can't change after a certain age. Like all your stuff is set in stone. Like
or a situation that made me mad will always make me mad.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
That there's not a
Whatever.
different way of looking
Yeah.
at this. There's not a way of maybe
No,
letting
no,
it go.
no,
Like it's just like, or
Yeah, I
situation
believe,
that makes me
it.
sad. I
Yeah.
will always make me sad. It's like
No.
that you don't
You
have
can
to carry
rewire
that
your
grief.
brain. I feel like we always, if you really want to, and you can do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Today
of
more than
course.
ever.
I saw a lot of situations that
Scientifically, it's
used
proven
to
now.
make me really afraid. I'm not afraid of them anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's
just 7 years ago, I used to be afraid, like sleeping in my house
Alone.
with my kids, always in a state of fear that somebody's gonna like just come and like barge, like
Right. These stories we tell
just
ourselves.
stories of me thinking that somebody is gonna come and break the door and steal my kids. I've had this fear since
Obsessive, intrusive
Yeah.
thoughts.
that comes from nowhere, and I don't have them anymore. And I still live in the same place. Nothing has ever had changed. Well, even like my son, he was an adult, and I had that fear that he would go outside and never come back. And I would call him all the time, and now he goes. I don't care. Like it's just stuff that I had to tell myself. You're driving yourself crazy with just over obsessing.
Worst
about
case scenario
Yeah.
in your life.
always and I go really deep in the fact that okay, he's dead. He got in an accident, something like. Always I've had these negative,
Obviously,
really dark
it had to be
thoughts.
worse as a mom, right? But
yeah.
did even pre being a mom, did you have any of this? Or was it mostly like tied to like? being
Well,
a mom?
I was scared of a lot of things. Like growing up, scared of being attacked by people in the streets. Like yeah, I used to have that because we were not safe. Like I was not safe at home, and I was not safe in the street. So especially when we moved to a bigger city, there was a lot of crime and like even like women getting aggressed, like just by walking.
So you
in
never
the
felt
street.
safe.
Yeah, I've never felt safe.
So it took you a while to start feeling
yeah,
safe.
yeah.
That's a big one for
Even in Dubai, we lived in a safe, like gated community with and I was always scared. I was always making sure that the door is locked, the windows, everything. Like I would never sleep if I thought twice that the door is not locked.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that, I mean, just living in a gated community is your it's got to be subconsciously we live in a gated community because outside the gates it's unsafe. You know?
Yeah.
So it's like just the presence of having to drive through gates to get in and out of home, like that reminder.
But
It's
still,
not safe,
Dubai
it's
is
not safe.
considered one of the safest place in the world. Seriously, you can go walk out at like 2 o'clock in the morning,
So
a
why
woman by
gated?
yourself. It's in me. It has nothing to do with where I lived. It's just it was in me. I was never feeling safe.
No, but she means what was it a gated community? But I think it's just like
Picked
a
one, that's
well,
one you
like,
picked.
complexes.
This
like,
is this is there were a lot of gated communities. Just the expat, they find it is really easy to just live in those compounds. It's
It's a
just
way
very
to have, like,
family,
a
and
neighborhood.
it's really nice for the kids to just go outside and play.
Yeah, and they
There's
knew their
the
boundaries.
Cars, they drive very slowly, and everybody
Gotcha.
knows every. It's just a nicer, like your neighbors, and and if you don't live in the gated, you're gonna live in a villa. And since we can't really walk, you would be very isolated, especially for expat people. So
Okay.
yeah, that's just yeah. So I fully believe like it's never too late to change your whatever required things. What are you doing?
Good.
it's been proven now that
Yeah.
our brain is neuroplastic. Like
Yes, very much.
so you can
Yeah.
totally rewire your brain, create a
Well, the
whole-
mushrooms helped me a
Yeah,
lot.
that
It's the
will
mushrooms.
accelerate.
I'm just pre
Well-
mushrooms. It was always. It's like a lot of. crap.
That's because it's been also proven that psilocybin is the neuroplasticity we acquire on psilocybin stays.
Yeah.
You don't lose it. Some other molecules you bounce back to kind of like pre-molecule. But with psilocybin, in Stanford, they studied that. They saw that you kept that for a long time. I should check. I don't know if it's how long, but it was specific to psilocybin. So yeah, mushrooms, of course.
Yeah.
You can totally rewrite your story with mushrooms. And with a lot of psychedelics, not only mushroom, but yeah.
Fear.
What else is going on?
What else is going on? Yeah.
Oh, the world is
The world.
so
the world.
nothing. You can't believe anything that's being reported right now. Like it's wild.
I find
They're
it.
dropping the F bomb
but-
now.
I think right now
He
is the
dropped
best
the
comedy
F-bomb.
show
Yes.
ever.
The what show?
Comedy.
Oh, the new like
The
The world.
president
Yeah.
is the best comedian I have ever encountered in my
When you
existence.
listen to him, he really is a stand-up comedian. He likes making jokes.
he loves.
He loves entertain. He's an entertainer. He loves to entertain, and the side, and I think he's annoyed that he has to do stuff as a president. Like I'm mostly like seriously, I believe 100%. He hates this job, but he's doing it just for his ego boost, and he just wants everybody. Whoever tells him this is good, he'll sign it. He doesn't even understand what's at stake. That's how I feel. Like he doesn't care. For him, he wants to be famous and make a lot of money and boss people around and
I think
Be
there
a
might
clown.
be more to it than that. I think there's. Well, it's gonna be interesting to see. Right now I don't know what to believe. Like it's such a.
But
Anything you say, anything that's being reported publicly, I can almost be certain that whatever the situation is has nothing to do with that. Like there's so much hidden stuff happening right now. Like why would they tell us what's going on? Like
No. I'm not saying like the news are true or anything. I'm just like when we talk about him, like Trump, it's just you see that character, and he's fascinating.
he's working nonstop. Like I feel like he's
Working
constantly
what?
tweeting.
Oh yeah,
Well,
he's
and he's
obsessed.
flying to different places all the time, or he's
obsessed.
speaking at
obsessed.
different events.
He
It's just
loves it. For him, it's just thrilled to be the president of the United States. Like it's he is excited.
Intriguing
First
character.
Yeah.
But whatever he's doing, if it's him, I don't even know if he's
Yeah,
writing
I
his
think
freaking
he's just the
tweets.
face of
Who
some-
knows? if
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
writing
Who
his
does
tweets.
what? But like him, when you watch him, I feel like he's just having the time of his life. Like he's like, okay, I say whatever I can. With complete impunity, like, and if somebody challenged me, I'll shit on them. Like, if they're gonna say, you are fake news and you are this and that. I feel like he's just having so much fun and he's so happy.
You're saying he's
and
funny. What are you finding funny?
The last tweets there.
turn your planes around right now. I love when he talks about the straws. Like that was a while ago when he was talking about like the paper straws. They want you to have paper straws. No, thank you, thank you.
Paper straws.
He's just making a bit about paper straws that are not good. Just for like no, we want plastics. And it was just he talks about, and everybody laughs. Like he really he's funny. He's funny.
The kids love him.
Yeah.
Landon thinks he's the funniest guy.
He's really funny.
Yeah, I agree.
It's quite the show they're putting on for us, because it's definitely a show. Like it's really become
And now they're talking
comedic
about
in its crassness.
weapons of mass destruction. Now they're using the word now. They want to go to war, and they're rehashing the same old stuff.
This is the thing. I don't think it has. And this is from channeled work.
Okay.
But the channels talk about it, and they say this whole like nuclear thing, it actually has nothing to do with that. There's some ancient shit in Iran, and it's tied to some ancient shit in Israel, and some of it, goes back. This is like pre-human shit,
Okay.
and this is kind of what's getting sorted out.
What do you mean?
Just like there's some ancient energies that need to kind of get stabilized before as part of the mass awakening, and that Trump. Now we're
Okay.
going full.
She's going
He's
full.
fully good. He's got Pleiadian contact,
Trump.
and he knows
Okay.
about UFO stuff. He knows, like
But
he's
yeah,
just
Trump himself, or like the whole
Trump
and
Inc.,
his
Trump
and
Ops.
his,
He's the face
posse.
of this potentially this white hat operation.
Ah.
He's either the face, and the.
He's,
It's just a public
He's
persona.
the
All the
public-
stuff that's
he's the
happening is he's
speaker,
not. I don't
like-
think Trump really knows much about. But he has good sources, and it seems crazy and wacky to us because one day he's talking about how much he hates Netanyahu, and other times they're best buddies. Like it's. I think the message is the words don't matter. Stop listening to like
okay.
none
so
of this is don't trust this.
Okay, no, I'm not. I couldn't care less about what he says on the daily basis because
It changes the next
yeah,
day.
nothing makes sense. Whatever he says, but like what I'm interested in is what's happening right now. Like what they're trying to do, like with all these wars and all. It's like what's the end game, and everybody's just sitting and watching. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, because we
nobody's
don't have any.
doing anything. Like let them kill each other. Let them attack. Let them do this. So yeah, I'm just like intrigued. But what's the end game of all of this?
I guess it depends on who you ask. I think there's a certain amount of population who sees this as getting like what they would call black-pilled, where they're just like, this is fucked up. Humanity we're screwed. We're gonna be enslaved through digital IDs and we're gonna be injected with vaccines that are actually implanting software inside of it, or we're gonna get lost in AI, and like there's that view of the world, the transhumanism, where we're gonna be tied to technology in a way that enslaves us even more than we are now. But or you talk to a white pillar like me, where it's just like, no, everything's fine. Like this is what the demise of a civilization that or a structure that was not sustainable, especially if people understood that it was the only thing that kept it in place was us allowing it to be in place. By just us succumbing to it and trusting. That's as soon as you don't trust it anymore and say I don't subscribe to this, I'm using my free will to say I don't want this anymore, well then there's nothing. So there's that shift in consciousness I don't know, and it's probably my own algorithm of life, but I don't see many other people talking about a middle road where, oh no, everything's fine, we're just in a slight, I think it's like pretty extreme, like we're really fucked or
it's either the doom and gloom or some people are like, no, this
duality.
is yeah.
And this is maybe where the sort's happening. It was just like, I don't want to spend my energy being around people who are doomers.
Yeah. Oh, I can't either.
Yeah.
I don't. It takes a lot from you to be around that energy.
Yeah. And it's only getting heavier.
Yeah.
If you're not able to kind of like start seeing it from a more optimistic perspective, and you're just gonna get more and more pulled into a very dark
what's the
place.
point of having a doom and gloom like perspective? Nothing good comes from it. You're just gonna get depressed, and that's it. But we still see like a lot of positives in this life. So
right, even if the doom and gloomers are right, maybe I'm completely delusional, and there's no.
I like this delusion. I don't mind it. I don't want to sit and cry for hours about the end of the world. Let the end of the world happen, and we'll deal with it when it comes. Like, why would I just sit and while I can go outside and dance and eat good food and go on a boat and have fun and have sex and do these nice things with my friends? What's the point of doing anything other than that? Like, seriously.
Right. Yeah. So even if I'm wrong and there is no humanity saving itself,
Who is right?
I would rather go out being black-pilled, having a beautiful life. Like, there's no, I feel like
I don't think there is a wrong or right. Nobody knows what's wrong. Like, how do you know you're not right?
I don't.
You know what I mean? Nobody knows. Like, maybe we are the one who are right.
But either way, I wouldn't make a different choice for myself.
This is the thing.
How I live my life.
So I'm like, maybe they're the ones who are wrong by being this gloomy and all this stuff. But yeah, if you keep watching the news and everything. But even though I hear the news and I'm like, okay, all right, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna go and talk to the president of Iran? Like, what am I gonna do? Like, seriously. I'm gonna call Ayatollah Khamenei. Yay!
Remember me?
Oh.
Aziza.
Aziza. Yeah. Just
No.
Right. I guess C.S. Lewis, there was a quote that I read online where he was just like, because all this talk about nuclear bombs and, unconventional warfare. And he was just like, if the bombs fall, let them find me with my family having a nice meal.
Yeah, exactly.
Running in the field. Like, if I'm going to die.
Did you see the videos of Lebanon? They're having weddings and party and the bombs are on top.
I know, it's just like, Mag told us.
I always
Lebanese
think
are
about it. I
level.
was like, they are next. It's like,
Really?
if you don't learn from them who are in the midst of it all, while we are tens of thousands of miles away from it, and you're just gonna sit and cry? Well, it's not, no. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think that's the big sword, the big split. I mean, we always end up talking about this, but yeah, I'm just feeling it really, really like in my life in that this sword is like and it's again it's not like they're damned. It's not a heaven hell situation. It was just like clearly there's some things you need to explore down that road. There's nothing I can tell you. There's nothing in my life, like I don't know. It's I'm very sensitive. I'm becoming very sensitive, and that's probably why I feel like I'm really retreating and spending more time with my family. It's just like
Yeah.
I want to make sure my kids are feeling this energy from me and really help them be grounded for all this insanity and craziness and help them be white pilled, you know, like, yeah.
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 So
Yeah, this is the time because it's becoming, you know how, like, you know, they say take the popcorn now and watch, like that's the surrender now, and it's like I feel like now I can, you know.
Yeah.
I'm like, it is popcorn time. Let it just all come to
Yeah,
the
it's a
beautiful
show. It's a
end
show.
it's
Let's just
supposed to
see
come
how the
to.
end.
it's like you're watching two people fight, and if you get in the middle of the fight, what are you gonna do? They're gonna
Static
throw you in,
energy.
and they're gonna punch you as well. I'd rather just leave. And like, you guys both are insane. I don't want to get in the middle of that insanity.
Well, that's kind of what the clip that of Trump is going around now. I was like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
He's hilarious.
Even him is like, I'm done. I can't with that Middle East man.
I am the president of the
Like,
United
I don't
States.
want to deal with this anymore. Leave me alone.
I don't spend time with my family.
Can't golf as much. Like, what the fuck?
I don't want him to have fun. See, I told you, he just want to have fun. And people are coming to him now, you have to solve this problem. I don't want to solve anything.
I don't think it can last much longer. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
literally banking on it, but like, how much longer can we? It's unraveling so fast.
This is just
It's-
getting, it's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of friction and tension for it to be like something is gonna burst. Like it's not normal to be just bubbling like this for this long.
Well, I think individual kernels are popping out like us. Like
Yeah.
we've just talked about. It's like
Yeah.
I don't want to participate in this. So we're going to have those individuals. But yeah, at some point there's this is the idea of like solar flash or these heightened energies that are coming from the sun. It's just like at one point, there's a few kernels sitting on top of a bunch of seeds, but there's a bunch that are about to go pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And then, so that's happening. But,
But it's really for me, it's really great that I met this like you and other people that we know, and they all have the same language and the same they realize this type of things, and it's really nice to just see that there
Yeah.
are more and more people who are like
Awakening.
awakening to this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there's a spiritual awakening side. There's a political, like I see there's two kind of sides to it, at least. Yeah. Some people are very politically awake and not so spiritually awake. Some people are spiritually awake, but I don't. This is where it's interesting.
Takeaway is the word that is. Yeah, continue. Just
Well, there's been a lot of we touched on it a little bit, but in the new age spiritual community, there's been some funny exposures happening of like some the spiritual narcissism we see. It's just like, so even like
the gurus that are
even in those circles, the sword is upon us, you know, because there's a lot of so we're seeing it politically, we're seeing it
it's like
in
in all
religions.
spheres of life. There's like clusters that are happening inside those fields, right?
Everyone's in, no matter what your focus is, it feels like there's opportunities to see what narcissism is, how it works, how it's used to manipulate, why one would be subject to manipulation. Like why did I ever think that would be a good person to listen to? You know what I mean? So it's like it's an opportunity to do some self-reflection. Yeah, so even if you don't know anything about politics, there's situations happening in other realms that, even sports, like the WNBA is going through a lot of drama. Like it's on all fronts, it's boiling.
Yes. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's actually boiling, the heat wave.
Yeah. And that boiling, that's it. It's on fire. That was my work. It was like the taming of the fire. For me, I'm like the menopause, the hormones, the inner fire, the heat, the. It was just like, okay, let's go. And everything that's going on right now, this whole world boiling, yeah, the sorting is gonna be. Some nervous systems are not gonna be able to sustain all that. You know, they're gonna frazzle. You know.
It was interesting. One of the things I heard today, and I think it was probably channeling, is that these new energies are heightening your existing state. So the paths that you have, they're just going to get stronger. So it's the final sort. There's no room for middle road. So you have to pick service to self or service to others. That's the choice. And if you're not on my guess is that I shouldn't say that. There's always time to change, but the deeper you get into one path or the other, it's going to be harder to make the jump to the other one. So
makes sense.
Yeah, it's interesting to be alive and watch it. It's fascinating just to kind of see
Well, yeah, like I don't know, this past 30 years, like from 30 years ago to now, things have changed so rapidly. Like even like in people's languages and the way they speak about all these dysfunctions.
Social media.
We didn't have social media.
We didn't have YouTube.
So people were just like going home, meeting with their friends, watching the news for half an hour and the movie, and then they never spoke about all this stuff, I think. But now they're more exposed. Even the kids are exposed to these things. So yeah, everything is going really, really fast.
It's exponential.
And even
now.
children now are so smart.
Or extra messed up.
Yeah.
Like some kids are like getting plastic surgery. They're talking about like Botox at 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like they're just like really latched in to some
this
sick parts of our culture.
Sorry, I interrupted
That's
you.
messed
Yeah,
up.
you know, I saw this girl. She said she's 18, and she wants to start taking hormones to enhance her breast because she has small breast. And everybody in the group told her not to do it. Like even me, I was like, oh no, no, don't do that. You're like, don't like, you're still developing, or don't put that poison. Like she wanted to start taking hormones and stuff just so she could, because of the pressure of having big boobs and everything. So social media actually, yeah, like all these women are giving her the same, and she's like, at the end she wrote, yeah, I think I'm not gonna do it because
That's great.
Nice, but there was a strong, like unanimous, like
no, don't do that to yourself.
That's extreme.
Yeah,
we don't do this anymore.
This is not great for you. Oh well, the fact that she reached out to ask if she needed to do it or not, and she found a community that could help her. That was a good thing to witness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was a time where it was just like, if you feel more beautiful getting that thing, then do what you need to do. And to see more and more people like that was always the message, but people are not always, but there was always like, you're beautiful just the way you are, but here's some things you can enhance. Where it's just like, no, stop, like just stop, like we just stop doing this. We need to not be so. Yeah, we get this is the benefit of having seen 20 years of it, and you just see it doesn't solve any problems, like this, and then it actually distorts, like it's so funny how things work. Like you're doing something to make yourself beautiful, and it can end up, if you don't change, if you don't do your inner work, if inner work will solve that problem. You do enough inner work, you don't even need to do the thing. And then you end up having your beautiful natural face, which now is just beaming. Like inner beauty is a real thing. Like it's been so inverted, our society, and it's been interesting to be at the tail end of this thing, because we saw so much of it in our youth, and to get to see it kind of unwinding and people backing away and be like, we went too far. It's really fun to watch.
Well, yeah,
I mean, we grew up in an era where beauty standards were like for decades it was the same like beauty standard.
Yeah,
You know,
more
like
or less
now,
it would shift.
well, it would shift a
slightly.
little bit, but with the internet, just like in the past couple of decades, you know, you have access to so many different now beauty standards. So
Or it shifts
it's,
quickly.
yeah, but even
now
like
it's become just whatever. Yeah.
yeah, but you do find so a lot of different things. There's a lot of young girls now with fillers and Botox and stuff, which was like even if we had the options, we didn't have access to this shit, right? When we were young, you know.
My mother would have been horrified. Like
Yeah,
she would have.
it
That was
wasn't
not.
even
That
something
wasn't.
you're like,
We didn't
was
grow up
really
with
frowned
this
upon.
was really into my adulthood. And when I moved to Dubai, then I start seeing this crazy, like, yeah, everybody's doing Botox, everybody's enhancing and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
young they start doing Botox now, like in their 20s.
yeah, before they start having to prevent the wrinkles.
Yeah. And it's
Apparently
like
doesn't work.
No, it just makes your
just-
skin less elastic or something.
Yeah, it just deadens.
Because
the
you need to keep
muscles,
doing
it
it all the
atrophies
time.
muscle.
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
more
yeah.
that you do it, the less effective it is.
yeah.
So
So you build like a resistance
yes,
to it.
your body gets used to everything. So at some point, it's like, okay, this is not even a foreign agent, so I'm gonna take it as it's not gonna react as much to it as it used to.
Right. Right.
But the industry of beauty and is still booming, you know.
Of course, because
like a
there's a
hunt.
larger
Yeah.
amount of women that still
Like the other day, I went to Sephora, and I was just looking for like a fragrance I wanted to buy, and I saw the amount of makeup. It was disgusting. Seriously, it felt so cheap, even though a bottle of like it
40
cost like
bucks.
$100 for a. Oh my God! Like for
super expensive.
Oh my God, 40, nothing costs 40 at Sephora. Maybe the house brand, but like if you want a lipstick, it's gonna be like $45, $50 for a lipstick.
lipstick, huh?
Yes, of course. If you go to the high end, like designers and everything,
brands that
of
they sell.
course,
Oh,
like Chanel and Dior,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. If you go
and
to Chanel and
whatever
Dior, yeah.
those
Yes.
influencers. Anyway, but it's all like it felt really like I'm in a candy store, but a cheap candy store. That's how it felt. Like all these colors, but I'm like, how many brands do you need of lipsticks, and how many colors, and how many shades of like whatever blush, and how many brands? It's just the brands. Like there are brands that I've never heard of before. Like they keep just growing and growing, and they send you the clean one, and they send you the more cruelty-free one, and they sell you this. I just felt really. I left very quickly. I just felt really not in my place in
It's just, yeah. So vibrationally, it was
yeah,
very
it was
off.
not. It was very low, like really, like kind of
I've
a
never bought anything at
hellish
Sephora.
place. Seriously, it feels like
Babylonia.
It's like I entered a place that makes really bad junk food, like the worst junk food you can have.
yeah,
It
it's
was
just-
the same as like, you know.
Wow. So you're okay. So you're not typical, but I guessing that vibration that's you're the tip of the spear for that. You know, like this is that attitude's gonna be spreading.
Yeah,
So
hopefully.
this is how
But
this.
still, it was packed.
Yeah.
It's not spreading very well. The place was.
Please don't blackmail me.
You know, I heard that now 10 years old are like going and buying at Sephora. They're asking for Sephora
This
gift
is the
cards.
thing. It starts really like
Really young girls are
young.
spending all their money at Sephora.
Yeah, it's like now girls who are like 14, they're using foundation and their
Well,
eye
they're doing, like,
Contouring
concealers.
and
Skincare routines. and yeah.
No, but like,
Yeah.
why does a 14-year-old need foundation?
yeah, to hide what?
To hide what?
To even out what?
Yeah, And like
I had a little
and-
bit of acne in 14. I may have.
no, but like no, I'm telling you, like all kind of 14-years, like they look beautiful, nice skin, like no, I'm not, and they still want to use foundation and
Yeah.
because they watch influencers who do like, let's get ready with me, and she's putting 300 layers of
Okay,
things.
so does
and-
this sound like New Earth activity or vibration?
No,
So
what do you mean?
it just sounds to
Yeah.
me like this, like this is kind of a weird conversation. But I don't think if there's someone who's still, I often wonder where's the line in the split. Like we're gonna have a
Yeah.
society and it's
Well,
gonna
the line,
split.
I think
Like do
it's
people
we-
who are
us-
spending a lot of money at Sephora in this day and age,
Yeah.
are they gonna make it? Are they
gonna
gonna
make
make
it.
it?
We're
worried
Are they
about
going-
it, people.
You
Not
go-
worried. There's no,
No, I'm
wrong
joking, I'm
answer, but
joking.
like
Yeah,
it's such a funny example
Yeah.
of like, I don't know. Maybe it's just from my own, but like, it's the age of authenticity.
Yeah.
This is the thing. Like,
But people are still buying like the insecurities that people have still up till now. Like it's like I have us we are comfortable with who we are, and
Right.
I
We're
don't wear
authentic.
makeup most of the time. Like I wear it maybe just for the camera, but
and even now it's very light.
yeah, I don't use
no
much. Yes,
foundation,
no, it's just a little bit here.
I know I
and
don't
there.
put eye makeup on anymore.
Yeah.
I put a little whoop,
mascara
and, like,
mascara and I put anyway, but I'm just telling you, like, but if you go outside of our group, women are still very insecure about how they look and how
Okay.
yeah
Well, come on, ladies.
yeah
It's time to.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
time to
rise
be
up
you.
yeah
Be you. Embrace it. Love it. Don't push it away. Like you cannot be whole, and also spend tons of money hiding your face.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like when I try to think about like what's the line, I think authenticity is a big part of that vibration.
And if they only knew, like, without makeup, and it's just
Freedom.
It just comes from within. Seriously,
It's
if your
freedom,
confidence
though.
is your
Jeez.
beauty. For me, a woman who's confident is the most beautiful
Yes.
thing in the world. Like,
Yes.
who doesn't care what people think of her. If you don't find me attractive, that's your problem. It's not. I don't need you to find me attractive. Like I love
Right.
myself. Seriously, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, oh my God, you're so hot. Like. With your belly that's hanging, with your ass that's like, I don't care. It's just, I find it the whole thing. You are beautiful. And when I was 20, I used to hate
I know,
myself.
isn't that crazy?
And I was 20 years old, yeah, and thinner and beautiful and
Tighter,
tighter and
everything,
no stretch marks on my butt. And I'm like,
Spent so much time.
so much energy
enough,
and
yeah.
time and self-hate. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, it's so liberating.
Those days are over. Those days are
yeah.
over. We got like
Yeah.
that's not gonna fly moving forward. I mean, if that's the way you want to go, but know that's
Yeah.
that's just pushing you to darker places.
Yeah.
Like take the step of really loving yourself. Yeah, I guess it's easier said than done, eh?
It takes
It's a
work.
process,
It takes
yeah, it
work,
takes
and it
work,
takes
yeah.
It's a lot of fear. You know, it's just people are afraid that they're not going to be loved or accepted because of how they look.
Yeah.
But then what's the
real
alternative?
thing.
Well, this fear. It's always fear.
But
like
to
we-
be
we
loved
talked
for
about-
someone you're not?
Yeah, exactly.
That
We have to. A lot of people pretend to be something else they're not, just because
Just
they
for
think.
love,
but
yeah.
it's just crazy because that version that you're showing, some other people won't love it. So are you guaranteed 100% that you're gonna be loved with the fake version of you,
But that's
rather
thing,
than
like,
the
if-
real one?
What joy can you derive out of being loved for something you are not?
Yeah, there is.
It's not going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times people create these like build up to these masks where it becomes like, just to be accepted, just to feel like they're worthy of their love, they wear that mask, you know. And usually it starts in when it starts in childhood though, it's that's what happens. It becomes, you're not conscious that you're not being yourself.
Oh sure. I mean,
You know what I mean?
like
There's
I see
not
this
that
a lot.
awareness. So that's why we need awareness now.
Yeah, like in airports, I've spent a little time here, and you see like the mom, and then right behind her, our kids, her daughters are dressed very similar. Like you really see how the
curate,
kids
they curate the
as much as they don't like my mom's lame or whatever. They can't help but like absorb your aesthetic, the things that you value. You see like when you're in public places and you kind of look like they dress kind of similar, and even when it's like they're teenagers, you think they're, sometimes there's like the really rebellious ones or like they go punk or whatever,
right.
but a lot of times I see with Maya and I all the time, like when we go camping and we both have our long sleeves plaid shirts and we have similar hiking shorts, like it's just we just dress very similar, like she's just they absorb your values and aesthetics. So yeah, girls who are really into Sephora, I bet it's not just influencers they're watching, it's probably their mothers.
True, to a certain extent.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Or just people who are around
they
them,
learn it from their mothers.
Or maybe just
somebody
social
also
media as well.
Well, if it's only social media, though, there's
like
still
YouTube.
a parent enabling this
how many
behavior for
channels
such
about-
a young child. You know what I mean? Let's say it's your child was exposed to social media, and that's the influence. But a girl at like 10 years old, she has to be allowed to have this kind of behavior, like for it to to be able to go to Sephora and buy these things. Somebody has to
to enable it
yes,
and give
to
her the
enable that.
money
exactly.
for it.
So a parent has to enable that.
There's hundreds of dollars they spend on this stuff. Like I remember my niece. I went to her bedroom. The amount of makeup she has,
It's
I've
like an
never had it
addiction.
in my life. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like 17.
Where she spends all her money.
Yeah, that's not all of
That's the
spends all money on
Listen,
other
makeup for at like 17, whatever, because I have a daughter like around that age now. She's into her makeup right now, it's not an excessive thing. I mean, the fake lashes and the makeup, but at the you need to kind of like explore it.
Yeah.
you know?
Yes. You don't want to suppress it.
I think to be able to really decide that it's not for you in a way that's like healthy, like you kind of have to explore it. And I was into makeup at her age too, like around 16, but not to a point where like I wouldn't go out of the house without makeup. That was never. But a lot of my friends don't go out of the house.
I was never like that. Like
Without makeup.
I would go out of the house all the time without makeup.
Today you have friends who won't go out of the house without makeup?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's a lot.
Even on hot days like today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I quickly got bored of makeup. You know what I mean? That's
Takes
the thing.
time. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
I haven't owned. I think that I haven't bought makeup in a long time. It's not true. I always own a mascara and an eyeliner, but I never own like foundation or lipstick.
You don't have lipstick?
Never. I never bought a lipstick.
I
I got one as a gift once.
I bought 10 and I never wear them. Every time I try lipstick, I'm like, today's the day.
Yeah.
Wear my lipstick, and
Like
immediately,
5
like,
minutes later,
I
it's
find
not-
it so much fun. Like
Yeah.
I like lipstick. I like sometimes I like wearing a bright color.
Yeah, sometimes
just
you
to
know how to
pop.
do it.
You know.
I don't know.
That's
I can't keep it on.
But
But I ended up like.
Clown. She's a clown. A clown lipstick.
Yeah. So not girly,
Yeah.
honestly, in that sense. Like,
It's all over your teeth.
but yeah.
Anyway, it's a good
So yeah,
topic.
it's,
yeah,
at a
to
certain age, you
explore.
have to, as
Yeah.
a female, it's normal to explore.
Of
but
course.
and sometimes
But
it's not a
women
big
have
deal
always
to
done
put
that.
a bit of makeup. even eyeshadow, colors. It could be fun.
very
But,
like
women have
artistic
always
and
put
expressive. Yeah,
something
for
on
sure.
their faces since the
Of course, markings.
yeah, it's like
you know.
even like
Well, the Egyptians.
The Egyptian, they used to do
fruits and-
well, they used to do a lot of great makeups on their
Yes,
eyes and
yes.
everything. Like makeup has always existed, but like this is another level of.
Right. And
It's like why don't we have just like 3 brands and that? Like why do we need
No, like
10,000
it's the
brands.
Soviet
100
Union.
brands of
Yeah,
lips?
yeah, yeah.
More than 100? Like I don't know how many
It's a
they
big.
are.
You make a lot of money.
make a
Everyone
lot of
wants a
money.
little
that's
piece
a
of that.
huge industry. for
Crazy,
sure.
yeah.
For sure.
And
No,
it's
yeah.
all the different types of products too.
Yeah,
Like,
every
even
time
when I
they
wore
create
makeup,
something
there
new.
was like maybe I had like 10 different. Like there was a foundation and a powder and an eye cream, and then a mascara, lip liner.
And a shadow,
And a shadow.
Yeah,
It's a
and that's
lot.
it. But
But
now,
there's
the
contours.
contour, and then you have the different
Primer.
and the setter, the setting thing with
You
the
have to wait
spray.
and bake
Oh,
it.
lots of
And the
layers.
baking the
Baking?
powder. And then
Do you
you
ever
have
bake anything on
and
your
you
face?
have to correct. You have correctors like green and yellow and
Oh,
the
to
pink
offset
to
the-
offset the colors, and you have the other one, the glowing thing, to make you glow.
Oh, blush. or
Not
that
blush.
more-
It's another one.
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
a very
shimmery. I think I bought
yeah.
one of
It's
those
like a
ones.
glow.
Mica.
I don't have no idea. And then you have now you have the liquid glowing thing that you put. Girl,
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
ain't nobody got time for that. Seriously.
Seriously.
Spent 2 hours, and now you have like I can do my makeup in 10 minutes. Like it's just put in
10 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, but for her it's quick, like quick, because before it take her like 45 minutes to just do something decent. Oh my God, it's crazy out there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Time to come back, ladies.
Mm.
Time to. We had our fun. We were silly. We
Yeah,
put on
we've been-
masks.
yeah.
We hid, but we're
Yeah.
not hiding anymore.
Not
We're gonna be
hiding.
ourselves.
So
We're
it's,
gonna.
And look how happy you will feel when people would find you beautiful without makeup.
Yeah.
That's the one that's gonna hit different.
Mm. Yeah.
My sister, before, she used to tell me. No, not my sister. My aunt. I have an aunt, and she's like, she tells me, "You remove your makeup, and your husband sees you." It's like we're in the 1950s. I'm like, what? I'm gonna sleep with my makeup, and when I wake up, I'll go and put makeup on before he sees me. That's what she does.
Yeah. I've heard multiple stories like that.
Yeah, you wake up before he does.
Yes.
You put on your
Yeah.
makeup.
Put on your makeup. Put on
Wake
your...
up to put on the makeup.
Yeah.
I had a friend who dated a guy for 6 years who thought she has green eyes, and but she
6
doesn't.
years?
She has
She
contacts.
could.
She'll wait for him to fall asleep to take them off, and she wakes up before him.
What if
to
there
take
is
them
an
off.
emergency and she has to wake up and he sees her and then he punches her because he thinks she's
not.
another?
Who's this devil?
He starts screaming.
She's possessed.
My wife.
You
Oh, my-
kidnapped her. Ladies, we gotta go. It's been
Okay.
like almost 2
All
hours.
right.
2 hours.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. We
All right.
Because we
Well.
started late.
Yeah.